Hi, Tru Wonder Crew. That's our age 5 and kindergarten and then first and second grade teams. I'm here with your weekend update for September 14th and 15th. We are in Genesis chapters 2 and 3 this weekend, talking about the fall, but then also God's plan for restoration. Our Bible verse continues to be Psalm 107, verse 2. Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. I've been in there a few times, so I've learned it myself. And our ponder point this weekend is God made a way for me to be with Him forever. Now, real quick, I just want to touch on that because if we think about our chapel's circle of beliefs, then, here, I actually have a copy based on chapel students. So if we, and this is backwards, I'm sorry. If we think about the chapel circle of beliefs, then even though our ponder point is on us, how God made a way for us to be with Him forever, here at the chapel, we're going to turn that and bring it to the inside of the circle. And we're going to talk about how, heaven is not just somewhere where we get to go later, but that heaven comes to earth through those of us who believe in Jesus Christ. So we're going to bring that ponder point, we're going to turn it right in here inside our chapel belief circle. And I know that you're fully capable of that, but it's also just language that their parents are hearing as well over the last couple of years. So we want to just maintain that continuity in our ministries between the upstairs and the downstairs. So even though our ponder point is God made a way for me to be with Him forever, we're focusing on how, heaven has actually come to earth. Jesus came to earth, the Spirit comes and lives in us, and through that, we have heaven here now in pieces and in moments where God breaks through, and it's beautiful. We had one of those moments last night, even at our 3rd through 5th grade team training. So, Wonder Team, your training date is October 24th. It's a Thursday night, 6:30 to 8. Mark your calendars now. It's really just a beautiful time. We're going to talk about the chapel's vision, how that applies to chapel kids, and how that plays out in your role. Do just a little segment of equipping you for that role, and then we just have a beautiful little moment where we just want to encourage you to connect with God in that time and in that space. So again, October 24th, mark your calendars. We want you there. Okay, so getting back to our lesson, Genesis chapters 2 and 3 are explore stations. We just painted last week, so I'm gonna skip paint, but what could be fun is, because one of them we're creating a garden, if we have stamp pads and the kids can put fingerprint flowers in a garden. So I can draw some hills and the kids can fill in flowers using their fingerprints. That could be fun. It's still an interactive thing to do, a lot less messy than paint. Although we had a beautiful galaxy painted by our 9 a.m. 5-year-old room last week. The other activity is we have some images and just, who would live here. So if it were a tree, like what are animals that would live in a tree? Or if it's a lake, what are animals that would live there? And, so just finding home is the theme for that one. Our What's It this week is a branch with leaves on it. So touching on how, there was the garden, the tree they weren't supposed to eat from, but also getting into restoration, and that we will, we are all branches off of the vine, and that we get to be with God. All right, so our craft, we have a cross image, and then some stickers and a Jesus coloring sheet as well. So we get to, use Jesus to cover the sin that would have separated us from Him. So some beautiful ways where you can actually talk about even that your faith is not about religion, but it's that relationship that God wants to have with you. So in this lesson, we can use 2 parts of the belief circle. And even here, we're not just going to be a fan of Jesus, but we're going to follow him. We're going to live a life like he lived. And in that, we're going to live a life worth emulating by others as well. All right, so that is our lesson for the weekend. I will see you all soon. Bye.